The first question is, my first contact with AI was.
My first contact with AI. So I came from it more from a machine learning background. So I started to become interested in machine learning, and pretty soon thereafter I started learning about deep learning as well. And basically deep learning was my first introduction to it. So I'd heard already of AI like in university, but it was this thing that was like very far off in the future and just didn't work. But like with the advances in deep learning, it's really like become this sort of like concrete thing, which is like, yeah, like when I came across it, it became obvious. Like, okay, this is where we need to be.
Okay. Who or what has been your biggest influence on AI?
So maybe I'm a romantic person, but I would say like if I watch movies about AI, that is very inspiring to me, because it makes me think like, okay, like where things could be heading, and maybe I don't always agree with it, or maybe I think the movies are lame, but it does like engage my brain. Yeah.
Which of your daily tasks are already performed by a machine completely?
Completely. So not enough, I would say. So I'm a naturally like I'm a lazy person. So I would prefer the machine to do as much as possible. So I think that's also where we're headed. But like if I have to think of like a very concrete example of a machine completely taking over, so I think like in my daily work already, like with machine learning and like recommendation engines. So like recommendation engines are already like fully automated things, and like you can make them better over like with effort. But nevertheless, this is already like something that's automated, and yeah, where I don't have to do the machine's work.
And in your personal life, in your private life and leisure, is there anything that the machine is, something that's automated or half automated? The machine is assisting you very deeply.
I get reminders of things, but there's not a lot of intelligence behind that. But it's damn useful.
Would you rather learn a new skill like playing violin or piano, or train an AI, for example, to learn it and to do it?
So this is quite interesting. Like we had a Go competition in like between the dev team and the data science team, but it was like a manual competition. Like, okay, between one human team and between two of our data scientists, and I got a bit disappointed by that, because it's like, why are you playing these guys like in an actual game? Like, why are you not making a Go bot?
That's cool. When you wake up in 10 years from now, what will you see?
I will see basically an assistant that thinks with me and basically takes away a lot of the mundane things in my life. So this sort of like ubiquitous intelligence that makes my life easier, that knows my preferences, and can like make that I've sort of like given the authority to make like certain decisions in my life.
Okay. Singularity for me is
summoning the demon.
What's the toughest AI challenge at the moment or coming up next?
The toughest challenge, I would say, is to really like understand things. Like, okay, we have like very promising technologies like deep learning, but also like to actually understand things. So like a deep learning network will be very good at like, okay, like understanding patterns and like, okay, like making certain moves, but like there's no real understanding like in the classical AI sense. So like I think that's sort of like still like the holy grail instead of like the simulation.
Would you rather read a novel by Shakespeare or Charles Dickens, or one that has been created out of your email inbox?
Maybe I'm inclined to say the latter. So that makes me maybe a bit of a egotistical person, but I would be very interested in what kind of novel could be composed out of my correspondence. Yes.
Me too. If you would build your AI dream team to solve a specific challenge, who would you hire, or who would you like to collaborate and work with?
It's quite easy. So the guy who I went to Y Combinator with, so Koen Stevens, a guy on my current team, Adam Powell, and a guy in Berlin as well. One of the founders actually of a deep learning startup called Christian Thural. It's like those three guys. Yeah, that will be kick-ass.
What's the next game to beat a human in?
StarCraft.
Your favorite non-AI related technology is, if there is one?
Definitely nanotechnology.
Why?
Because it allows for like the most fine-grained control possible. So to be able to control like these molecular structures and submolecular structures, this is as deep of a control as it gets.
What's the most relevant trait or attitude for people working on AI, developing systems that are smart?
So if there needs to be a single most important trait, it would still be engineering. Yeah, I was gonna say like it would either be quantitative insight or engineering, but engineering is still trumps quantitative skills.
How would you call your personal bot, your personal assistant?
Mini-me.
Who are you?
I'm Peter Tegelaar, Peter Tegelaar. I'm on my own personal quest for world domination, Catawiki, AI, and beyond. That's me.
Thanks a lot, Peter. Thank you.
You're welcome.